Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys amazing viewers. Today's reading, we're looking at the full moon energy and specifically a sacred vision being illuminated to you by this full moon. So we have a full moon in Gemini coming up shortly. Although all my readings are timeless, so whenever you come across this reading, the message was meant to find you as long as you're resonating with the messaging. Okay, so we'll get into your 3 picks shortly. Let's go over the decks we'll be using for this reading, beautiful angels. For the tarot, we'll be using the Medicine Woman. I don't know if I'm holding it in the right spot. I don't know until I rewatch it back, so I'll try to do my best. Now, if at any point you're pulled to any one of the cards, I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It'll take you directly to your pick. We'll pull a charm as well for each of your options. And finally, for the picks, we'll be using the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. So, beautiful angels, let's reveal these 3 cards. We'll pull a charm for each of these as well, for those of you guys needing a little bit more guidance into your pile. Okay, use your intuition. Now, I'm going to go into the quick disclaimer here. For those of you guys new to the tarot isn't predicting anything at all, okay? It's not set in stone. It's not telling you what's going to happen. The tarot is just a reflection of the energy going on right now in your consciousness, okay? And since energy doesn't sit on a timeline, it is tapping into just a frequency of what's going on in time and space. Everything is happening all at once, okay? So this isn't something that, like I say, is set in stone. And so therefore we use tarot so we can course correct, make different decisions, change our frequency, understand the energy that's around us and that we're sort of vibrating on. Okay, but it's up to us because we are part of the creator. We're an extension of the creator. So we're manifesting and creating our own current set of circumstances. If we don't like what we see out there, it's a reflection of what's going on inside of us. Okay, there's no external entity power that's creating all of the stuff that you're seeing. You're the one generating that world that you're living in. Okay, so be conscious, be aware, be awakened to the energy in which you're sitting in, and you will see a change in your outside world. Okay, so I'm channeling using my own intuition, the divine, the tarot, the oracle cards, however it comes through me as a channel. Everything in a reading is incorporated into that reading. If there's a distraction, a noise, a feeling, whatever it may be. Okay, and the only way to tap into that is to be very present and in the moment to everything going on around at the time of the reading, including where you're at. Okay, so if you have disruptions, distractions, anything sort of coming through on your end, take note of what that is. Okay, and only you can interpret what that means because the divine's going to come to talk to you through your own means of understanding. Okay, that's why every tarot reader will read cards a little differently. You know, none is right or wrong. It's them channeling based on their own way to deliver that message from the divine. Okay, and so a card might have one meaning for one reader and that card might not come out for another reader because they use a different card for that exact same sort of energy. Okay, so use your own intuition to tap into whether it resonates or not for you. Although, let me channel. Okay, let me channel without trying to intervene in my channeling. Okay, because I'm not going to change the way I channel. It's going to come out the way it comes out. It doesn't really matter to me so much as whether you're, feeling good or bad or whatever that may be. Okay, that's between you and the divine. My sole purpose is to channel the messaging, and whether you resonate or not is going to be solely up to you. And I hope you can use this energy to make changes or just to bring light and illuminate certain aspects of maybe something you weren't seeing before, or I don't know, enriching your spirituality or helping your ascension. But whatever you use it for is solely up to you. Okay, if you don't like how you're using it for, then there's no one sort of to look at except for yourself. It's nothing to do with anyone else. No one here is, driving your bus, so to speak. Okay, so beautiful angels, let's take a look at the three options. Pile number 1, you guys have Radha with Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship, harmony, and healing. I don't know if you guys can see that without reflection. Card number 2, you guys have Krishna with Devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Wow. And option number 3, the Miriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay. Whatever you're first pulled towards will most likely have your message. Okay. So for those of you guys, like I say, might be new here. Maybe let's say you like lilies. And so you're wanting to click on the lily, but your intuition is pulling you to the cards or this card standing out more. I would click on this card. Okay. So of course use your intuition, but you're going to be pulled, and it's just more of a feeling than it is a mental sort of understanding. Okay. So let's pull 3 charms for each of these picks. For pick number 1, this Radha Soul Flame, you guys have a flower. It kind of looks like a cherry blossom flower. Let's put that there. For option number 2, you guys have, it looks like an antelope, a leaping antelope. Option number 3, you guys have a ring. It looks like this ring is missing a gem. Engagement ring. Let's put that there. Okay, so I'm going to move this box. And we're looking at a sacred vision that's being illuminated by this full moon. Okay, I'll put these options right here. 1, 2, 3. When you're ready, select from the timestamp, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, you guys pick Radha with Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship, harmony, and healing. And the flower, which it looks like a cherry blossom flower to me. So we're looking at a sacred vision being illuminated by the full moon. Okay, it's full moon in Gemini, energy coming up, although like I mentioned in the intro, all my readings are timeless. So take this. Did I say new moon? Interesting. I'm saying new here because there's this new energy with the flower, rediscovering some part of yourself. But full moon in Gemini. Okay, and a full moon we're reflecting. It's usually in regards to emotions and having deep sort of insight. So this full moon, okay, coming up for you guys, it doesn't matter when you sort of click on the video, although like I say, I am recording for the full moon in Gemini coming up. And so we're looking at this sacred vision, okay? Now, before I reveal these oracle cards that I've not looked at, I asked the exact same question here to the divine so we can see what's coming through. Let's see if we get anything that goes through with this energy. Okay, sort of as an energy check, although I do feel as though we might not get the full story until everything's sort of laid out here, but let's see. I do feel this is a pile in regards to your own, finding your own strength. I feel like this group, whoever's clicked on this pile, has gone through quite a significant overhaul when it comes to self-work, like who they are. I feel there's been a lot of release. I feel there's been a lot of transformation, a lot of suffering, and a lot of challenges. But I feel like there's a falling in love with self, or at least coming to self in a way here that you might have not have been able to connect and feel for your own self. Because I do feel as though there might have been a lot of spiritual sort of experiences that you've gone through in the last little while in order to bring you closer to your authentic self, seeing through the matrix or your own ego or certain parts of yourself here that you're now seeing through. But I feel like it's been heavy and it's been very challenging and very emotional. And now we're sort of born here to this new energy. And I feel like you're tired. And maybe you've been praying for this, this side, this light at the end of the tunnel for all of this work that you've done, because I feel like you've been carrying a lot of that sort of energy, having to release and undo and uncover, which could be quite exhausting. But the flower is all about new budding. And we have rediscover a lost part of yourself. And I feel like the lost part is something that you haven't been able to connect with in this lifetime because it's been buried under egos and social constructs, beliefs. And so I do feel like there is finally seeing the light, which could be very breathtakingly beautiful, seeing your own light, almost overwhelming and very healing and harmonious, because I don't think things have been very harmonious out there in your world. You might have felt like you were navigating alone, having to get there alone, blindly, potentially. And you might have lost a lot of zest for life or passion, or you weren't very invigorated towards maybe things that you might have been in the past. And I think you've been trying to navigate to get to land, but a place within yourself that is worth exploring. Wow, okay, let's see. Very highly spiritual energy pulling through here. We have the proton. Now, for those of you guys in tune with your intuition, you can click straight away on the main channeled reading. Although if you're working on tuning your intuition, I do ask you sit through the card layout, because we use this process in order to strengthen our intuition so that we know whether this pile is for us. And over time, we're able to develop a very strong intuition. Okay, so yeah, it's up to you guys, but I certainly would encourage you to sit throughout this process. So we have entropy. Wow. And we have star, Aquarius energy pulling through. We have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Wow, experience, relationship, harmony, and healing. A lot of healing. And we have the past prison, bitterness, grudge, refusal to let go, card number 17, or the number 8. So 17 is the star in the tarot. Okay, so star energy is healing energy, which is really pulling through. The star could be your destined vision and hopes and wishes for the future. At the same time, okay. So we have act of love with self-care. And we have new life. Yes, definitely feeling that from the flower and from this rediscover lost part of yourself. How she's waking up from a slumber. Card number 39, or the number 12. 12 is Hangman, Pisces energy. And that is about changing our perspective. And we could have taken some time to sit with the divine to gain a better understanding or a more enlightened perspective. We have more star energy. So Aquarius, Pisces. We have true resurrection. Look at that. So we might have had to die in order to be reborn. I'm getting Scorpio energy here from this death process, this transformation process. And we have beautiful human 23. Oh man, I don't know why I'm doing this, but card number 5. So 5 is conflict and loss and change, but I feel like we've gone through a lot of that, and 5 is also the rebuild process. So I'm getting a lot of rebuild with the rediscover, you know, like the light is on the other side here that we've finally sort of reached. We have this synchrotron number 39. The number 12 coming through again. So 1212 might be significant. Look up angel number 1212. Getting a lot of sign symbols, and synchronicities with this synchrotron. Let's see in the book if we have more information that might be helpful when we channel what this is all about. Walking into the cosmos. 39. So it says here, think outside the same square. So that's definitely Aquarius energy with all the star. Beyond the limit of your thoughts, it is possible to think through your heart. Try it. Infinite possibilities exist inside you. There are ideas and creative solutions from beyond your physical reality. You can create all your heart's desires. Feel the imaginative impulses transmitted from beyond space-time. Yes, there are worlds within worlds, an entire universe within a particle of light. Through this card, you can see and randomly create. This is a card of joyful creation. All you wish to be can now be. Wow. Wish upon a star. Keep the greater good of all in mind and let there be love in all you do. Oh my goodness, I'm about to cry here. Now we have this verse here by William Blake. It says, to see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Oh my goodness. But it also ties me back to today's disclaimer. I went on about no time and space, and this definitely feels like someone awakening to their spirituality, breaking out of time and space here, some structured form. Horse, short journey. I don't feel this journey's been short, but I feel like there's a coming into some land here. And so there might just be this little gap, you know, we're having to overcome in order to get liberated here with the horse. Horses are all about horsepower, freedom. Short journey, okay. Peacock, beware of great pride. So I was seeing peacocks here, and the peacock came through when I was talking about ego, because peacock would, come through as symbolic of ego, but it's self-expression, like to be seen for full expression. But our expression has to come from our authentic space, not from programmed beliefs and conditioning. Peacock with all these eyes could also be talking about being protected, being divinely guided and protected. All the eyes, heart, love, deep affection and caring. Look at this heart energy. And so this card was talking about going from sort of a more 3D type understanding with the mind and living through the heart, which is all about spirituality. Okay, we have in perfect harmony, 11. Wow. So 11 is a master number, is about divine inspiration, synchronicities, and the encouragement to keep going. Let's have short journey there. Okay. Wow. And look at all these music notes, which ties back to our self-expression, our unique self-expression that's very authentic. Yeah, playing our own music. And more heart energy. And look, there's a keyhole with the key already in it. So it's being unlocked. 14's temperance, Sagittarius. That's about harmony, which was pulling through. Balance. And temperance is also healing energy, which we were getting a lot of the healing energy pulling through here. Beautiful uncaging. What are we uncaging? Well, we're uncaging our truest self here. Okay, so, wow. Beautiful energy. I can't wait to get into this reading. Let me pull a wand and then I'll get into your reading here. Beautiful angels. I love, 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 love this energy. And I feel like whoever's tapped in here has probably been on a journey for quite some time. And you might have been a longer time subscriber of mine, potentially, is how I feel. I feel very connected to you because I get to really resonate with this energy being one that's gone through a series of steps to get to where they're getting to here, okay? Even if you're new here to this channel, we might just be, like I say, there's no time and space, so we might be very connected here as soul, as my soul tribe, okay? Because I can feel you here, and I feel like what's happened to you is a great awakening, okay? And the awakening that's happening is connecting to a part of yourself that was lost for quite some time. And when I say time, it could be for many, many lifetimes. But I feel like in this lifetime, there was a suppression of your truest self that was covered up by social conditioning and the matrix and everything else that sort of snuffs out our authentic self. And so this sacred vision that's being pulled through with this full moon is coming to the sacred place within you and tapping into that place and feeling it for the first time, to be able to detach and release from a lot of the suffering and the pain that's been very challenging. Because in order for us to get to liberation, freedom, self-empowerment, we have to be able to crack through the matrix and see through illusions and go through dark nights of the soul. Okay, now if we're really blessed, we could wake up, suddenly, but it could be very scary because it's like a whole new you. And so we know of spontaneous, Kundalini or spontaneous awakening. And sometimes it's not pleasant and it could be mistaken as psychosis, but I feel like there was a process of a journey here that you were going through. And I don't know, for some of you guys, it's been like a long time coming. And this sacred vision is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're not quite there just yet, it takes one brief experience of the authentic self and sitting there with the divine in true bliss, okay, to reach Satori, which is true bliss, so that you can understand what's out there in regards to divine union for yourself. So you're coming into divine union, being reborn here as someone who is bringing in your spirituality into this 3D world. And so I think before this, there was a lot of things that didn't quite make sense. And your physical world might have seemed completely upside down and chaotic. I feel like there was like you might have had structure and you might have had to totally turn your world upside down, or the world you knew no longer made sense, no matter how much you tried to stick it together. Okay, entropy is like complete chaos here. There is no rhyme or reason. And it's like, how do I pick myself up? And I feel like there's been a lot of shadow work and healing, reflecting, overcoming. Okay, but there is a rebirth here. And the birthing process sometimes isn't pleasant, right? Because no birth feels good. And so I feel like this whole time we've been preparing for this rebirth of ourselves and witnessing ourselves sort of die off and having to go through the challenge of letting go of anger, resentments, judgments, whether it be of ourselves or other people or experiences and situations. And so continue to focus on letting go of anything that might be standing in the way of you and this energy that's absolutely beautiful. Okay, because I feel you're coming into balance and union with yourself, and you're allowing yourself to be in a more healed energy than you have in the past. So I'm not sure what this proton's about just yet. And so I want to see what the tarot pulls through here for you guys. I do feel with this deep cellular healing, it's like everything, like from your spirituality to your physical body, and, you know, the vessel you're in, to knowing how your mind operates. It's a complete, well-rounded understanding with an inner knowing rather than an intellectual mind conceptual understanding here of why you're here or what matters to you. You know, like you're part of this divine universe. And so I feel like you might have not have been so spiritual previous to this journey or connected to that divine essence within you. And I do feel like it's the polar opposite here from entropy, which is, like I said, chaos and no rhyme or reason, to something maybe more grounded. But it's like the opposite of like a structured groundedness, like being in the matrix and sort of being asleep. This is more of like a constructive, grounded energy based on harmony and having flow. Because I think the tiring part here is maybe not having structure and being chaotic when it comes to your energy. So you might have been, like right out there in the 3D or in the 5D world, and the 3D world might have just been upside down. And so neither 3D nor 5D made any sense. And then, and for those of you guys not quite sure what 3D and 5D, it's like the spiritual dimension of yourself, the unseen, the divine essence out there, okay, has been something you've been living in through dreams and intuition and feelings. And then your 3D world, which is, the people around you, your workspace, where you live, and that sort of thing, has been having to shift. And so the universe will change situations and circumstances around us in order to get us to address certain things. And so when it's our time to wake up and deal with our spirituality, it's put in front of us so that we can come into who we truly are, so we can align with our soul's purpose. So now we're seeing with our heart, not with our mind. And I feel like we're able to love deeply, and not only, with, let's say, intimate connections here, but it's like love deeply the universe, love deeply our brothers and our sisters, be able to be compassionate and caring and think more of a service to others rather than a service to self. I feel like there's a purpose here you're walking into, your great divine purpose. But I feel like there's still a window of time here that we're still getting to land. But it's right there. Like, I feel like we're right there. Okay, we're sort of transitioning in this bridge. Spirit, what more do we have to talk about here for pile 1 in this sacred vision with this full moon energy? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Look how much darker this card is than that card. That's weird. Different stock paper. Interesting. Okay, one more. Okay. We have the Apprentice of Bowls. So the Apprentice is the page. Bowls is cups. So Page of Cups, opening of the heart space. Okay, the Page of Cups is highly, highly intuitive. Okay, so we're connecting with our intuition, which is very spiritual here. That there's been an awakening of our intuition, of our heart space, and a place that might have been shut for quite some time because of all this healing you've been doing Totem of Pipes. So Pipes is Wands, and Totem is the Knight. So we have Knight of Wands, Eagle, the Flyer. So Eagle talks about ascension. Eagle is divinity. Eagle is vision. So we're having divine vision, and you guys might be tapping into a psychic ability to see through the third eye. You're really connected to the divine here, okay? Like there's been a lot of work and ascending. And I feel like it's been the groundwork because we're ready to sort of take action on what this part of this journey was for, to like land something here, you know, and I still feel like it's the purpose that we've come here for, because we've been ascending and now we have to sort of take precision to take right action with something that you're being called to do. So we have the Two of Bowls, which is 2 cups in reverse. This is the opposite of a perfect harmony. This is not being in perfect harmony. Okay, 7 of Stones, 7 Pentacles. And we have the Totem of Arrows. Totem is Knight, and Arrows is Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords, Coyote, the 4-legged. The Coyote talks about having a detour, like the divine puts a block in front of us in order to detour us. I feel there's been something that was the catalyst in you going this path. And I feel like it was something that didn't quite work out. For some of you guys, it could have been a breakup or a union that didn't come together here with someone. You know, something was disharmonious. And so it led to you having to confront or go in a different path in order for there to be this process. Yeah, divine reasoning here. The 4 of Bowls. So 4 of Cups in reverse. And the 7 of Arrows, which is 7 Wands. What's under this thing? Apprentice of Stones. So the Apprentice is the Page of Pentacles. 2 pages and 2 knights. Okay, so I feel a lot of you guys are feeling exhausted, like I mentioned, because it's been having to fight for and come through a very challenging experience. But I feel like a lot of you guys have been in an energy of 4 cups. And we're in 4 cups because, sorry for that noise. And we're in 4 cups because we're not seeing out there anything that is emotionally fulfilling. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you had to go through some disappointing, disheartening experience where things were not harmonious, and then investing a lot of your time and your effort. And so Spirit is really showing there's new potential here. There's new growth. Okay, when it comes to love, when it comes to opportunity for planting something substantial that's coming in with this full moon to ground a seed, you know, but it's now based in heart space. It's now aligned with your purpose. And so whatever was not harmonious was really a reason for you to ascend, for you to confront, for you to deal, for the universe to divert you and take a detour, you know, towards something. But I feel like you fought and you're still sort of fighting your way through this last stretch, and you're on higher ground and you're capable of overcoming this last little bit here in order for you to come out of any emotionally unpleasant situations. So let's talk about this little space and time, because I feel like we're still at the final stretch, and maybe this is more of a hopeful message for you guys to know that you're very close to, it's way too many Spirit, very close to where you're needing to get to here. So Spirit, what can we talk about here for pile number 1 in regards to where they're at in this journey? Can we talk about what they're needing to know about this final stretch, this part in the journey? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Spirit, thank you so much for this message. So we have the 5 of Arrows, and Arrows is Swords. So there's a lot of disharmony. I think it started with disharmony with others, challenge, the 5 swords. And in reverse, it's like we had to find the harmony. We had to go out seeking the harmony. 10 cups. So 10 cups is ultimate emotional fulfillment and harmony with others. Nurturing lodge of the bowls. Oh my goodness. So the lodge is the queen and bowls is cups. So we have queen of cups. And this is totally falling on this beautiful human and this heart. Deep love, deep affection and caring. And intuitive with the queen of cups. Highly spiritual, highly intuitive, highly tapped into compassion, love, forgiveness, kindness. I feel like you had to find that in yourself. You know, you had to show yourself unconditional love. You had to pull yourself out of an unloving situation that was not harmonious. 7 of Cups. Yeah, navigate through, choosing wisely, having to get focused towards what does caring and love mean to you. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here with Harvest. And we have the 6 of Pipes, which is 6 Wands in reverse. Ego death with all the peacocks. And the 6 Pipes in reverse, dropping the mask of the world. Yeah. Okay. So, wow. Beautiful angels. You had a purpose and you were stuck wherever you were. Okay. Who knows how long you were stuck there. You were going down a path and you were diverted by the divine. You'll know, because I think your whole life ended up being upside down, or you had to shake things up completely. Things were not harmonious at all. Okay. And they became not harmonious, and something triggered you in order for you to get out of all of that. Because I feel like there was no coming into harmony and union in the state that you were in energetically until you went through a process of ascension, a process of spirituality, a process of tapping to the divine, a process of understanding what unconditional love is, forgiveness, and tapping into the heart. And this came with a lot of spiritual gifts. Okay. And so what Spirit is showing is you shedding the ego, you shedding that version of yourself that you might have thought you had to be, or that other people perceived you as. Whatever you considered as victorious is now being released and removed. You're detaching from this because you really truly understand what it means to come into harmony with others. And I feel like this is coming into unity consciousness, seeing everyone and everything as yourself in order for you to find love and happiness and joy and bliss and your soul's purpose. Okay, so you're closing out a major, major cycle here. And if you've been suffering in this journey, having to, like I say, navigate the uncharted sea, ups and downs, confusion, loss, sabotage by others, by yourself, not knowing, not seeing, this is coming to an end, okay? It's coming to an end so that things can start to flow. And I feel like you're being highly called on a path to your purpose. Only when this phase of you closes out and you've come into your full capacity here of psychic gifts and heart-based consciousness, okay, of seeing everyone and everything sort of as one, an extension of yourself. Let's see, as a final message, then, what is this purpose? Because for all of you guys, like I always say, it could be something completely different, but I feel like it is tied to your spirituality, and it's out of a place of deep, deep love here. So it's a service to others that stems from your desire to be of service. What is it that pile one's purpose is coming through here, Spirit? What is this purpose for pile one? Can we have a sneaky peek around their purpose, where they're being guided towards here? Wow, beautiful. I just saw this standing out here, like really being pulled into the magical unknown here of the universe. So we have the Harvest, the Lodge of Stones. So the Lodge, like I said, is the Queen, and Stones is Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, we're bringing in from the ethers, using the Queen of Cups energy, or psychic ability and our love to ground things here in the 3D world. And I feel like we're going to be financially secure as well with the Pentacles. It's all about being able to rely on the material world. And I feel like maybe in the past, everything was chaotic, like nothing could be relied upon, or you couldn't depend upon, or, even maybe your financial wealth or your stability was rocked in some way here. We have the exemplar of the pipes. And so this is the King of Wands in reverse. Do you feel this one here? The Two of Stones, Two Pentacles in reverse. And we were out of balance and we weren't able to hone in our vision successfully to achieve stability and groundedness in the Pentacle realm. Eight of Bowls in reverse. So that's 8 Cups in reverse. And we have the Peacemaker, which is the Hierophant in this deck. And the 3 of Cups. And Vision, which is the Hangman, which we were really getting pulled with the 1-2-1-2 Pisces. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, and Taurus, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Vision, and then Pierced Shield with the Tower in reverse. Okay, so the Tower in reverse, I think the catastrophe has happened here, okay? Like catastrophe is in everything that we were hanging on to as structure had to be flipped on its axis in order for us to have great vision. We're becoming enlightened, we have better vision, and that was that eagle energy I was tapping into. And that eagle energy is having to first descend and peel back everything that's fake, like the Tower, in order for us to ascend, and then come back down in order to ground. And that's where you're at. And so we're really looking at you grounding something here with your vision. And it's specific to you with these music notes. Okay, so I know we're asking about your purpose, and I feel like whatever your purpose that came through this enlightened path journey will allow you to ground things in reality here. Okay, and I feel like Spirit's really saying you had to really acknowledge walking away, releasing, and coming out of any situations here where you're emotionally unfulfilled and where you might have been seeking emotional fulfillment. This might have kept you stuck for some time. Okay, and so I think you're working on executing whatever this purpose thing is here, because when we start to understand in a way here what we value differently than we might have in the past, then we're able to execute and go after what this is. And so I feel like we're really coming out of any imbalance, any back and forth, any uncertainty, any like 7 Cups, 2 Pentacles where we can't decide, to a more specific understanding of what we want to commit to, what we value, and bring in this harmony and this celebration with this 3 Cups, bring in our soul tribe, be able to find happiness here with others rather than maybe, be removed or shut out. So I feel like a lot of you guys might have been shut out for some time, and now we're coming back into society or coming as that eagle to integrate ourselves back into society so that we can deliver. And so I feel like you're bringing abundance here to people, whatever this purpose is. You're bringing understanding to these people to give them vision and clarity where they might be lost or confused, or they might be emotionally stuck in situations. It's like you come with this understanding and this vision to share, to guide them. Yeah, and I feel like these people might be people who are, maybe not confident enough to know what they're supposed to do or how they're supposed to do it. Could be going after their own purpose, their own vision, how to heal themselves out of difficult situations, or how to financially secure themselves, like go after a job or take care of themselves or be more dependable or reliable on their own self. But I feel like you're delivering this sort of strength because of your ability to see things very differently here. Discernment with judgment. Yeah, it's like you're seeing now this new way based on your own experience. And so this is how you're able to deliver this sort of information out to others. It's beautiful. Pile number 1. This is your reading with the sacred visions of the full moon for you. I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you. Oh, no, wait, before I go, hopefully you're still here. I was going to pull When You're Wiser here for you guys. Let's take a look. Okay, something that pulls through here in this book that you might need to hear. So we have One's Real Life is So Often the Life That One Does Not Lead by Oscar Wilde. Yes, is that not what we talked about? So we were living in a facade. One's real life is so often the life that one does not lead. And it says to teach is to learn twice. Oh my goodness. So we had an experience, and now I feel like we're guiding, mentoring, and teaching others so that we can learn again. So we're kind of with that world, we're closing out a big chapter, and now this new chapter is almost like relearning this experience from a different perspective of the teacher's aspect here with the newfound knowledge. Wow, beautiful. Pile 1, that's your reading. Okay, I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, beautiful angels. You guys picked the Krishna devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally with this leaping antelope. Okay, we'll get into this energy shortly, and we'll reveal these pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them, and I asked the question, what is this sacred vision coming in for you with this full moon? Full moon in Gemini energy, heavily charged, okay? Although all my readings are timeless, so whenever you click on this video, the message was meant to find you. Just take the next full moon into sort of time frame for this energy for you beautiful people. So this could be your energy around you, okay? Use an open mind in regards to connecting here, and we'll use this energy check to see if this is something you resonate with. And you're more than welcome to sit through the card layout, which will help you develop your intuition. Although if you want, you can click straight away to the channeled message. Okay, so I'm getting an energy here sort of blended, and I don't know the side you fall on. Okay, and I feel like if you're dealing with someone potentially here who might have been, I don't know, like a little sketchy here, I'm getting with this antelope. Somebody maybe a little sketchy here who hasn't been able to, I don't know, just it seems like a sort of a sketchy energy. There's like a shift here. And so if you've been trying to work at something for quite some time here and maybe having a difficult time getting empowered or trusting your own ability to commit to something, it's like you're seeing through the illusion that you created. And the illusion you might have created in your world was stemming from an egoic belief or some fear you might have had around allowing yourself to be loved and trusting in a situation here to be loving. Because I feel like maybe there was a lot of running, or maybe there was a lot of just spooked energy, and it's like coming into some form of empowerment here with these antlers. Devotion is absolutely one of my favorite energies, because in order for us to tip the scales towards change of old patterns, habits, ways of being, and overcome fear, we have to have a stronger sense of devotion. And it's either devotion to a spiritual practice that we commit ourselves to so that we can connect to the divine. And our devotion to the divine is that greater than which the environment we were in. But devotion can be devotion to a loving partner. But whatever the devotion is stemmed from unconditional love. And this unconditional love has to be experienced, and it's only experienced when we truly surrender. And so I feel like this energy is really tapping into an unconditional love through this surrender process, which might be a big change for this energy that I'm tapped into, and switching to this more devoted energy of commitment and being sort of focused on the love and the practice of giving love and of being of service in order for things to shift here. Because I feel like this energy is someone who's been guided by the divine in order to have some change or some shift that's been taking quite some time. Because I feel like the ego has been there with this peacock feather. Some of you guys might resonate with pile 1, by the way, but it's like understanding our true authenticity to express ourselves. And I feel like the eye of the peacock is the protection. We've been highly protected down this journey, but we had to become the devotee. We had to become the one that was giving the unconditional love and commitment here as a practice. So what are we overcoming here? I feel like there's a sense of empowerment and a sense of overcoming some fear or something that's been stuck for some time. Okay, so we have strato pause, and look at the reverse, the mirrored cross. So crosses can talk about faith. And the mirroring could be working with someone else or a situation in which was reflecting back to us our current state, requiring us to surrender. A strato pause can certainly be about a break or a pause. We have x-rays, the circle and the square, 2 different shapes. And we have cell. Wow. The nucleus here. And we have wormhole. To go through a wormhole. I want to see this strato pause. I'm going to read this one. Just give me a second. Is this strato pause, Spirit? S. It says transition stage, transformation led by personal choice. Yes, a choice. The stratopause is a level of the atmosphere which is the boundary between 2 layers, the mesosphere and the stratosphere. Its upper limit turning point is the stratosphere, which gives way to the dynamic balance and the complete balance, or descends to the coldest parts of the atmosphere, which is the mesosphere. This is a place of transit, just like a bus stop. Nothing nor no one stays here for too long. The decision about where to go comes from us. And we have 2 polar opposites to choose from, black or white, left or right, yes or no. The important thing is to know that nothing pulls us to any of them more than our final determination. The result of this determination will be affected by the brief period we spend there. This decision can result in falling into the coldest parts of the atmosphere or flowing in the river of endless balance and protection, which we talked about, provided by the stratosphere. So what is the key to not descending into an area filled turbulence and bone-chilling cold? How can we escape such a hostile environment? By making the decision from our inner warmth. If the decision comes from a cold, distant place, or divisive, rigid, or based on fear, then it will only bring repercussions in kind, or will result in falling into an area hostile enough for it to survive. Behold the metasphere portal. Always choose through the being. Look at this wormhole like a portal here. The stratosphere is a layer of transition, a place that we move from through decision. It shows us roads with different destinations. We choose them from inside without much hesitation. So the antlers were giving me this empowerment. Maybe there's an empowerment to choose now, not to choose from a place of fear, but see through something here with the x-rays, see the reality of something here. And we have the light and the dark, which is talking about, the 2 worlds here, the stratosphere and the mesosphere, which was the more light energy, and then the more cold energy. And it's our choice. It's a very focused intent here. I'm feeling, okay, the big picture. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Wow. And look, we're transitioning into this archway. And we have love conquers all, enduring loyalty. Eternal love, that's devotion. Lasting commitment, certainly was feeling a commitment here. Look at the wolf. Wolves talk about independence, but wolves can also be family-orientated animals here. Love conquers all. 24, or the number 6. 6 is the lovers. We have entertainment. So a group of guys here playing instruments. Music. Could be symbolic for some of you guys. Serendipity. So coming together here, which was divinely guided. 18 is the moon in the tarot, which is uncertainty or potentially seeing through with reflection, something being reflected back to us to see some greater truth. Maybe we see our own fears getting in the way of something. Look at these two beings again, the light and the dark, two halves. Two beings. Two sides to our being. And we have space clearing with 36, or the number 9. Space clearing. And we have 16 with sacred earth. These roots. This looks like a tree. Trees talk about health. And are very stable, grounded. It's all about a commitment here because it's something solid that's rooted, that can't be uplifted here. "16 is tower energy. And that's the opposite from something grounded. So I'm getting the 2, the tower, and then the commitment. It's like the choice to see whether we want something upturned or if we want to ground something here. And 16 is the number 7. 7 talks about faith, which we got with the cross, and wisdom and reflection as well, which we got in this card, the reflection. A true reflection of something here. And faith, which talk about a devotion. So we have haystack, karma. You reap what you have sown. Karma is just energy playing out. And we have money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. And so this could talk about the practical world here with the pentacles. 3D world. Man, dealings or relationship with a man. So divine masculine energy. This is giving me this antelope energy with these, the antlers. Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. No one can make you do anything here, but I feel like it might be an inner balance or an inner struggle. And we have endless possibilities with 38, Aquarius energy with the star, or the number 11. 11 is a master number, divine inspiration, synchronicities, which is the serendipity, and the encouragement to keep going. Okay, let me sit here with this energy for a little bit here. Pile number 2. Okay, we'll most likely need more tarot here. And this could be you, someone around you, but I feel like I'm going to read this as your energy, okay? I think it's been very difficult for you to ground something in a healthy form because it would require you to commit yourself or devote yourself or acknowledge something. So we might have been in two minds about it or not understanding or seeing how to bring something in or be certain of it. And we might have had to see ourselves differently or how we engage, because I feel like there's a very strong independent energy, like my own autonomy, my own vision, my own understanding of myself was very, very strong. But I feel like there's a bigger understanding here of a circumstance or a situation which would require a different aspect of yourself here in order for you to enjoy abundance. And I don't know if this is something that you were keeping an eye on or just avoiding or not certain of for whatever reason, which I feel like was in the moonlight. Maybe fears, maybe it needs to address certain emotions or to see certain truths in order for you to commit yourself and devote yourself to choosing. Because I feel like we might have been up in the air and seeing a lot of what wouldn't work or what couldn't work in a situation. And so we're now transitioning through to lay the roots of something here, which I feel you've been gifted with a part of your calling, okay, like your destined path here. And I feel like behind this archway, choosing this opportunity, you open the door to endless possibilities of a new version of yourself. And so I feel like in order to do this, we have to allow the tower and this clearing of the space, because the old version of self isn't ground tilled enough in order for you to create the roots you're needing in order to give sustenance to whatever this thing is that you're wanting to devote yourself to. And so I feel like you were wanting to come up with an answer yourself without being coerced or forced, or even maybe you felt like cornered in some way, or like this experience was something that you're being called to look at, but you were being shown certain, I don't know if you want to call it deficiencies within yourself, or it was reflecting certain parts of yourself that were challenging to look at. And so we might have been not wanting to see or running away with dealing with certain parts of ourself that we had to clear, make space for the new version of us in order to commit, rebuild, grow roots. And I feel like we might have been not fully with 2 feet in. And so we were still, I don't know, like lingering about in the old world, the old version of ourselves. And now going through this archway is sort of like this transitionary period, so that all of us can be on the other side here, not just part of our commitment. Like every piece of our being is being thrown into this new experience or this new world, but we, instead of feeling, I don't know, like scared, concerned, or hesitant, we're now empowered or feel more in control. This is an interesting energy, you guys. So I want to see then some more, because it's not very clear to me. Spirit, what is pile number 2 about here? Can we get a clear understanding? What is this sacred vision that's being shown to pile number 2 with this full moon? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords. The 10 arrows is arrows. Yeah, arrows is swords. We have the 10 swords. We have Temperance in reverse, Sagittarius energy. Why is this 3 of Cups in reverse? 10 of Cups in reverse. And we see the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. It says the guide. And then we see the Grandfathers, but this is the Star energy, which is Aquarius. And the Totem of Arrows. And Totem is the Knight. Knight of Swords. Coyote. This came out for pile 1, if you guys recalled. Okay, so I feel like with this 3 of Bowls in reverse and this entertainment, I don't think that whatever choices we were making, I feel like we're very sort of maybe superficial, if I have to be honest here, with the 3 of Cups in reverse. Light-hearted, connections or relationships or situations that didn't allow us to get serious and devoted and committed. Okay, in order for us to really tap into part of ourself and commit to love with this Ace of Cups, love of self. But I feel like there's someone else involved here with this Ace of Bowls. There's two people in this Ace of Cups. Normally the Ace of Cups is self-love, an emotional new beginning, which stems from a healthy recognition of our own value. But I feel like there's another person, a situation that you're committing to, or like having to devote your emotions towards in order to find harmony and balance and pull out of any imbalance, any area of yourself that was unhealed. And so I feel like these are the two worlds that we were talking about with reading in that book and the card layout. You know, the stratosphere and the mesosphere is like, I can choose disharmony, imbalance, an unhealed version of myself that won't go very deep, at the risk of a full potential of a 10 cups. And a 10 cups is utopian future, happiness. Two families coming together to create harmony and happiness. Okay, but this would require me to put an end to a certain part of my world. And so we might have a world that we know, I don't know, our bros or partners or soul tribe in an old world, okay, or different versions of ourselves. But I feel like there's a need to end something in order for us to be able to accept something else. And I feel like what you want to accept is a vision for the future of yourself here, of something you really, really desire with the star. You want a future attainment of something that you want to devote and commit to. And the star talks about healing. And so I feel like whatever you're choosing here is bringing healing into your world, is bringing a deeper meaning to your life, is bringing a deeper understanding of who you are and what you want to go after for yourself, that isn't floundering in an imbalanced world here that might be superficial or just temporary. And so I feel like the universe has been guiding you and diverting you away from whatever situation you had on the go here in order for you to put an end to certain things that wouldn't allow you to grow or align you with your soul tribe or your soul person here. Okay, but I feel like you've been resisting or fighting your own self and maybe feeling like you were being pushed down a road maybe that you were not ready for, or for whatever reason there was a lot of resistance or just avoidance. Two of Arrows. Yeah, there was a lot of indecision, sitting at a crossroads, but now we're getting, with this bow and arrow, this is giving me Sagittarius. It's like taking aim, getting more concise in a situation where we were sitting in these two worlds for quite some time. So what is the sacred vision? The sacred vision is a clear understanding of where we want to take aim towards what will be the most healing path that I could commit and devote myself to. Because I see a vision of a healed version of me that is fulfilled, that is healed, that is being guided by the divine, that I'm not resisting, that I'm able to experience a full potential rather than stop short in a world that isn't fulfilling, that is imbalanced and not providing me healing. And this will bring me my full self-love here, which happens to come with allowing, like a partnership that's harmonious or balanced, and accepting this into my circle or into my world, into my being. Wow, this is a really beautiful energy. It's like recognizing the decisions we make to make change in our world is going to result in the happiness for ourselves for the future. So let's see, what does pile 2 need to know then about this energy? Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. What are they need to know about this energy of this full moon, and the sacred vision and the full moon? It's like, yeah, they're seeing this, understanding this from a different reflective state. Something that they might have felt like here, I feel like, I don't know, there's this like I say they because I don't know necessarily if this is your energy, or maybe you're dealing with someone here who is very challenged or seeing like what wouldn't work. Like two different worlds here I'm seeing. The Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups. What does pile 2 need to know about this energy? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Swords. Exemplar of Bulls. Exemplar is the King. King of Cups. Oh my goodness. And the Three of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords again. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So beautiful angel. Your energy, if this is your energy, you've been sitting at a crossroads, incapable of making a decision in two worlds here. Some of you guys like to smoke. I'm seeing the pipe again. This comes through in my reading. Okay, I don't know. Smoke from a pipe here. I'm seeing the blue too. Blue's talking about authentic expression. I feel like there's an authentic part of self that needs to be expressed and explored. And we were sitting at a crossroads here, incapable of decision. And this is not a nice place to sit. I feel like you wanted to create peace and harmony in your world, but having to choose a direction and feeling very stuck or tied to some structure you had in your world with this Four of Pentacles. And I feel for a lot of you guys, like I said, it could be your soul tribe of people here, or a community of people that you're used to, or a world of support, but I feel like there was this understanding of having to cut something off in order for you to experience a different aspect of your world. And I think it was a very maybe black and white way of, I don't know, like making a decision or envisioning a decision here. And I think this limiting thought with this Eight Swords, it's like this or that. Like this or that. And so therefore I didn't want to go towards more pipe energy. So it's like I didn't go after what I want, what I authentically felt naturally pulled to here with this Ace of Wands. Attracted to, pulled to, inspired to take action. I suppressed it. I wasn't seeing clearly the road or the way. And so all I saw was limitation. And the limitation was telling me that I had to do something in my world here that it didn't feel comfortable. And so I sat Two Swords. And this could be stemmed from a situation of the past, like a childhood that we created. So it could be your childhood, hometown, friends, family, community of people that didn't allow us to move forward in our world. Maybe we wanted to explore a new country, or go from a singlehood to a relationship, or from whatever we created, our understanding was limiting. And so for a lot of you guys, like I say, there's like a relationship of two people here and allowing them in your world. So there's a soul recognition here, a soulmate, a soul bond. And we were confused, or we were keeping things open and very clouded because there was this very firm stuckness to a world. But there's a deep love. Okay, the King of Cups loves the deepest. But the King of Cups has a difficult time taking action and expressing himself when it comes to these deep emotions. So he sits there feeling deep, but not taking action. So I feel like you are not putting the effort or the energy towards creating the stability in something here that was a result of you feeling limited, or knowing either this or that, or some black and white way of thinking. And it created a lot of suffering and pain here with this Three Swords, because now we feel separated from what we truly wanted to go after, feeling like we're stuck or boxed in a corner of having to choose, not wanting to choose, not wanting to turn our life upside down, not wanting to cause pain and suffering. But I need to look at this, because I feel like there was a lot of suffering that we were carrying that was making us sit with a Three Cups in reverse, and maybe a community of people here that wouldn't allow us to really tap into a part of our soul and ourself. So the sacred vision is really the sacredness of your own ability to love deeply and go after this, and not be held back by limiting thoughts of in this world of what might limit you in moving there. Yeah, look, 2 cups, like I told you. Harmony, you and someone else. Balance, love, giving love, receiving love in a balanced way. Allowing someone into your circle, because I feel like there was a lot of independent energy here with this wolf. So it could certainly be somebody who, I don't know, with this entertainment, like to party, like to keep things very superficial in some way. And I'm seeing bands, so you might like concerts, music, chilling, partying, that sort of thing. And it's like, I'm limited saying that my life would be over, maybe to start a family, or maybe to start a relationship, or maybe to commit to someone, or plant roots, or admit feelings, or acknowledge and take action on these deep love feelings. But I feel like there has to be a committed decision when we're sitting in a crossroads. Otherwise, we feel torn. Otherwise, we're not growing. Otherwise, we're sort of sticking to the safe zone of who we used to be out of comfort or out of a familiarity. And look at these 2 dolphins in the background. Dolphins talk about love, compassion. So I keep seeing the mirror, like someone's mirroring you or mirroring back to you this deep love, this need to get out of confusion and to choose love, to choose self-love, to show compassion, to sit with emotions. So I'm going to just pull a final message then for you. Wow, this is a pretty profound vision. And this devotion is pretty intense here. So Spirit, what is this final message for pile 2? Yeah, and look how beautiful. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. Like we have the infinity sign. What does pile number 2 need to know about this sacred vision with this full moon? What do they need to know? Healing, beautiful. So this is the strength card. This is no longer being held back, being courageous, going after what we want here, what our passions are. And we need strength and courage, which provides a lot of the healing we were needing there. And we have the Tower in reverse. We were preventing, allowing whatever was on shaky ground to fall down. The world that we created that could no longer be supported on lies has to fall away in order for there to be healing, in order for there to be courage. And we might have been preventing a falling of the tower in our world. The 4 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, coming out of that, looking what won't work, disappointed feeling, emotionally unfulfilling. I feel like we were in a 3 cups, not knowing what a 2 cups, feeling like that was fulfilling in some way, but dissatisfied, because I feel like we might have experienced a King of Cups energy with someone, which is a deep, deep love, someone we want to devote ourselves to, and we no longer want to be experiencing just the 3 cups, because it becomes a 4 cups. It's disappointing, it's not fulfilling, and we don't want to sit there anymore. And so we heal this part of ourself that was running or not wanting to see or elusive in some way by leaning into the courage, going after the thing we want, not being so held back. 4 swords. So healing, reflecting, dealing with the 3 swords, being honest with ourselves. This is definitely a sacred vision we see upon reflection. And so I feel like you're really, really reflecting on the world that you know, or the world that you've had since for who knows how long with the 6 cups, the world you built, and this new world, this money path, which is really the fortune path of what wealth would mean to you, for you to go down this new path of wealth. And I feel it's spiritual wealth, emotional wealth, but it comes with you having to decide, you having to commit and choose. But I don't feel it's an 8 swords way of seeing it, which I feel is how you are seeing your situation, like really limited by either a this or a that. I don't think it's a this or a that at all. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It was stopping you from moving with the universe, progressing in your world. And the wheel talks about fortune, and same with this money path. You're aligning with your greatest fortune here by choosing to go in your soul's alignment and not playing small in a world that you can no longer build upon here. And this pierced shield, I feel like finally there's this piercing through the stuck energy you had of being defensive or guarded or keeping people out or shut out. It needed to be looked at and addressed because it's caused out of a 3 swords. So I keep people out, or I defend myself, or stay guarded, or hang back in some way, or hang on to the world I know, but I'm not happy. And emotionally, I sit here now reflecting and have to deal with the truth. And the truth is I've been 3 swords. The truth is I need to allow the universe to move me forward towards my money path. So exemplar of arrows. Exemplar is the king. We have the king of swords in reverse. It's not about the mental activity and the control, because we're going from a king of swords to a king of cups. I was all about control, mind, what I told myself, the story I understood, strategizing, planning from a mind space, to what I understood happened to me, or stories of the past, to what do I feel? How am I feeling? Where's there love in my heart in order for me to act in authenticity so I can heal that part of myself that might have been, like blocked out. So, wow, pile number 2, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. Oh, I always forget because I was really wanting to pull like a verse out of here. So let's see for pile 2. What is your verse? What is your verse for pile number 2? It says, somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. Carl Sagan. It says, great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. So all about the mind. We were talking about the King of Swords. When we stay in the mind, we limit ourselves. And great minds discuss ideas. I feel like there was a vision of something here that stayed in the mind but couldn't manifest. And here we're talking about this beautiful manifestation, but we have to go after it. Okay, and I feel like we're finally connecting or seeing this. So that's your message, pile number 2. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3, you guys picked the Miriam, and it says sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And then we have this, what looks like an engagement ring. And like I said, it looks like it's missing some form of gem or something here. Before we get into this energy, to do the energy check, I have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I asked exactly the question to Spirit in regards to a sacred vision that's coming through with this full moon for you guys. Okay, so my readings are all timeless, meaning you don't have to watch at the time of the posting for it to resonate. Just line it up with the next full moon energetically for you. Okay, and the best way to tap into our intuition is to go through the card layout to strengthen that intuition to see if this messaging is right for you. Okay, or if you feel you want to go straight away to the message, you can go click on that. But let's tap into this energy check of this Miriam energy before we go there to see what pulls through here. So choose to forgive in order to heal. That message always comes through one of my piles because I feel like there is a need to truly understand what does forgiveness look like so I can heal. Okay, but I feel like when our understanding of what we want is so focused on an area, we don't really see what true healing looks like, and we're kind of being counterintuitive or counterproductive towards what we actually want. Okay, I feel like you want something. You want some form of union. You want some form of commitment, some form of cohesion, some official something. Okay, and I feel like this comes through peace. And I feel like we're having a very difficult time finding peace in a situation or healing from a situation in which maybe somebody slighted us, or we feel, I don't know, like with the roses, there's love, it could be an intimate partner. It could be somebody that we really sort of trusted or have deep feels for, and we want to find peace and harmony. I know some of you guys might be on a twin flame journey with the twins. Doesn't have to be, but could be resonating for some of you guys. But I feel like as long as we ourselves have certain things going on within us in regards to not understanding how to have unconditional love, or how to have healthy boundaries, or how to see the light in situations, then therefore external situations will not be balanced and cohesive no matter what is going on out there. So I think we're really externally trying to believe or see that an external thing, person, situation will change or will miraculously bring some form of what we want. And so we could be waiting there forever, really, at the end of the day, unless we start to turn it inwards and see what is it within my own energy that's needing to be healed and seen and overcome and forgiven in order for me to come into balance. And now I'm hearing the Holy Trinity here, the more mind, body, and spirit coming into balance, coming into union with self, healing self, so that we can find a form of commitment or be valued. I feel like you want to be valued and shown your value. And I think someone either disrespected you or is not showing your value and is not, I don't know, like officially committing to you or making you feel like valued. And it doesn't feel good. But it has nothing to do with that person. And I don't think we understand why or how to get there. And we sort of double down and lean into that same feeling we have, and we're not getting anywhere. Okay, so this message, this sacred vision, is potentially the peace you need in order to have a shift here, or the reflection you need in order to come to an understanding, the guidance you're needing in order for you to see the light and the beauty and the forgiveness in your situation so that you can have headway. Wow, very powerful. Let's take a look then. We have the optical doubles. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at the doubles here, like the twins, optical doubles. And one's going one way, one's going the other way. Star is Aquarius energy. Doubles. Seeing two. Yeah, we're in separation consciousness, you guys. We're seeing duality. We're seeing two instead of seeing one. When we see two instead of one, we're creating suffering and separation. That's our problem. Aurora Polaris. So Aurora is like the northern lights. And I feel like Polaris could even be talking about the polarity here. Like when we see northern lights, it's a rainbow. Rainbow for me is all about seeing the vast different ways we can see a situation, and all ways are accurate. No one way is right over another. But we have the two polarities. We have the positive and the negative polarity. That's not right or wrong. It's just two polarities. And so it works just like energy. You can charge a polarity or you can depolarize a polarity depending how you engage. So if we feed negative polarity, we create more negative polarity. We depolarize negative polarity by infusing love. And what is love? Love is forgiveness. Love is unconditional. Love is healing. Love is accepting. Okay, love isn't being angry. Love isn't being hurt. Love isn't separation consciousness, seeing that person or that situation as something that's outside of you. So you perpetuate that sort of understanding. Okay. Protoplanetary disk. We'll look this up and see what's coming through, but disk could be pentacle, and I'm seeing one pentacle. So manifestation of something solid here, which is coming back with this ring. An attraction. Yeah, look at the polarity. So we're either going away with the arrows, or we're working on coming together with energy. The choice is yours. Pile 3. But I think you're so maybe out of control with your own energy. You don't know when you're attracting something and when you're, polarizing to the opposite. So let's see, what's this protoplanetary disk all about? Some insight in the channeling here. Protoplanetary. So an urge to sing out loud. I don't know why. I will refrain. Singing out loud. Okay, so it says, where planets themselves are formed. Oh my goodness, it almost looks like even a black hole, and then we see planets in there. So it says, although the nebulous material makes it difficult to achieve clarity in the here and now. Something large, concrete, solid, and with endless possibilities is brewing. So I'm getting endless possibilities from the ring, because the ring is giving me 0. And the 0 is infinite amount of possibilities. 0 is the Fool, a new beginning. Okay, but the Fool comes in with no expectation or no boundary or no baggage. You're standing in the giant incubator. This is exactly where all planetary systems and physical processes take shape to create a planet. And not just that. All this happens around a star. Not only is there nothing to worry about, but also nothing that you need to do. If lack of clarity caused by the nebula brings anxiety or confusion, remember to pay attention to at the sky. What the frick does that mean? If lack of clarity caused by the nebula brings anxiety or confusion, remember to pay attention to at the sky. That makes no sense to me. I'm probably reading it wrong, but anyway, sometimes it decides to get the clouds to float across in order to plot certain things together with the sun. On those days, we may only be able to see the clouds at a glance, but we know that the sun can also be found in the meeting. Everything on its path. Everything is on its path. Just enjoy the journey. Okay. So when we're truly there, we understand this concept, but we're not there yet. So we're going to get there. I'll tell you what that means in a minute. Okay. Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines. Trust where you're led. Yes. So resistance here for sure. Wow, look at this light beaming into this archway. Beaming down, beaming up Scotty. So it says hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and wish 43, or the number 7. 7 is about faith, wisdom, reflection, understanding. Okay, we got to be understanding in order for us to deal with certain energies here and for us to be able to move successfully with the Chariot energy. That's about balance, integration of shadow, success, knowledge, study, learning, and education. Number 3. And 3 is all about growth, relationships. Empress, which is unconditional love. We have play. A man on a white horse. So horses talk about power, liberation, and empowerment. White's all about purity. So play could be definitely the opposite energy that we're not in. Yeah, peace with the lilies. 23. 23. Okay, that's the number 5. Challenge and conflict, but we're having to find some form of peace in order to give birth to something here. There's the dove, just peace. Aquarius energy with the star. Healing with the star. Shape change. Look at that person becoming bigger or taller from where they're at. We're in green, and green's all about unconditional love because that's the green ray, which is the heart chakra. Super change. Wow. Okie dokie. There's the heart. Hearing guidance, 24. Or the number 6. 6 is lovers. Gemini energy. Hearing guidance. And we have number 19, a new earth. Look at this beautiful energy. So 19 is sun energy. And it's about clarity, enlightenment, seeing joy and beauty. Infusing joy and beauty. This is play energy with the children and the sun. Children are innocent, forgiving. New earth is healing energy, having a new state of consciousness. Yeah, and 19 is also the wheel of fortune, which is a change of circumstances, divinely guided. Weeping willow, family sorrow. So tree energy talks about our family lineage. Family sorrow. I think their tree is symbolizing this form of stability or officialness. And maybe there's a lot of sadness around this. Rose, which we were really getting with the roses here at the beginning. Romance is in the air. And bag. Something important such as a new job or a raise. So this is a bag full of pentacles. The material world. The pentacle world. Wealth. We had Wheel of Fortune, which talks about wealth. And we have bearing fruit. number 12. 12 is hangman, Pisces energy, seeing things differently, maybe from an enlightened perspective with the sun energy we were feeling here, more tree. So we have a more enlightened perspective about what does health and what does bearing fruit look like? What does success or like actual achievement look like here? And maybe some situation that might involve feelings. Okay, so let me sit here with this energy, pile number 3, and see what it is that this sacred vision with this full moon is coming in for you. Okay, beautiful angels. I feel like that you are being really, really, really pulled and called to where you're supposed to go. We might have been resisting for some time, but I don't think you've been like outwardly resisting. You know, it's like trust where you're being led, hearing the guidance. And I feel like the only way we're able to move along smoothly is to be in more of a child, innocent energy of forgiveness and love, and a playful energy, because there's nothing threatening that where we're being led. But I feel we feel threatened because I think we have an understanding that something might not work out, or like there's a very serious energy here that's we might be robbed of something or taken away of something, but it's not true. So I think the divine is working with your understanding of how you engage, because I think there's a situation that isn't pleasant right now, and it could be in a relationship or how you're engaged with someone or something. Your understanding and what you're hanging on to or believe to be true is not true. You might be experiencing the opposite of what you want, and Spirit wants to bring to you what you want. But Spirit has to guide and do this. You don't know, okay? But I think you know. And so I feel like Spirit's saying, like, Spirit wants to give you the fruit. Spirit wants to give you something official, something solid, something rooted. Doesn't want you floundering, but you have to allow Spirit to take the wheel. This new version of yourself of how you engage, which will lead you to peace. But I feel like you're not used to the energy in which Spirit needs you to be in. And so you're trying to interject with your past understanding of what you have to do in order to do something, and you don't got to do anything at all. You just have to be in the energy of unconditional love, innocent eyes, and listening to the divine to guide you. And so if we're in a situation where we're getting the opposite of what we want, we have to know that it's our own energy that's creating that push-pull dynamic. So the more I'm leaning into something that I want energetically, I'm telling the universe I don't have it, and it's a scarcity mindset, and it pulls further away. The more I am grateful and blessed for what I do have, the more I'm pulling towards me what's for me. And so I feel there's something for you. Okay, I feel you understand there's something for you. And I feel like you're trying to lean into it or make it work or be harmonious. But the more you intervene with the doership that you think you're doing here, the more it pulls away and isn't formed. So allow yourself to come from an enlightened perspective of a child that trusts and surrenders to the universe, and come from only love, forgiveness. Okay, and knowing that love accepts situations and sees them where they're at without trying to force change or expect anything different other than what's being presented. If there is anything else that comes with that, then it's not love. And then it's coming from an egoic place of a need to attain and change and force. And so we have to keep coming back to that understanding. Love is unconditional, has zero expectations. And so it doesn't have any sort of boundaries outside of a healthy understanding and discerning energy of being responsive to the moment and being guided by the divine. The divine isn't going to guide you towards anything threatening here. And so there is no need to shut anyone out or to be threatened or to resist or butt up against anything. So I feel there's a lot of resistance or fighting or challenging situations, and Spirit says, no, there's no need for any of this. Just let your heart be guided by the divine here in order for things to flow, in order for peace to come, in order for you to be reflected back to you, your state of consciousness. And so there's a lot of duality here, or them versus me, or separation consciousness, which is a lack mindset. I see out there something I don't have within me, and it creates like a feeling of feeling without, a feeling of lack. So we have to know that everyone and everything is interconnected. And when we start to trust that the divine will bring us closer to what this is, and just to learn to trust the divine, the more peace we feel, the more we start to see these results, the more things start to turn for the better, the more we can let loose, and the more empowered we feel, and the more authentic we feel. So I feel like we're going through this understanding here, okay, with this sacred vision, with this full moon. And I feel like we can finally have some form of hope that things could be different in a situation that's been very challenging. Maybe there was a situation that we felt very far from, or very, like, it just feels like there was a pulling apart, or something not coming together. So let's see, Spirit, what does pile 3 need to know about their situation here? What does pile 3 need to know about this sacred vision for this full moon? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed to be here doing your reading. We have sunset with death, transformation, Scorpio energy, release, walking into the sunlight, into clarity, into joy. And it's happiness, certainty. That's a childhood energy, summertime energy. Okay, but we have to release the old way. Apprentice of Pipes. So the apprentice is the page. Pipes is wands. So we got the Page of Wands. And we have the 7 of Bowls in reverse. So that's the 7 cups. And we have the World. That's about closure, successful graduation, completion. And the 7 Pentacles. And the 5 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups in reverse. And then we have the 7 Swords. And under that we have the 5 Swords in reverse. 5 Wands in reverse. What's under 5 Wands? Judgment, discernment, which came up through your reading. We already talked about discernment. Okay. Beautiful angels. Your world inside of you is the only thing you need to take note of. Okay? You could do whatever you're doing right now. It's not working. So time to take a listen to what the divine is guiding you towards. The divine is saying there's a world within you that you need to sit with so you could come to a better understanding, a truer understanding. Okay? That isn't stemmed from your past experiences full of judgments and that sort of thing, projections. Sitting with a greater truth in order for there to be a discernment about a situation that's been challenging. I feel like you've been conflicted, and I feel like it's creating all sorts of conflict with the people around you, not coming together cohesively and creating the opposite of what you want. Okay, this is not good. And I feel like you yourself are sitting in this 7 Swords type energy. And we could be projecting it on other people. That other people aren't being clear, that other people are this, that, or the other thing. But that's the separation consciousness, seeing out there, thinking it's separate from us, but it's really what's going on within us. And so we're needing to be honest and look at ourselves. Okay, and what we're looking at is now from a more enlightened perspective in order to close out a part of ourselves that was contributing to whatever we were energetically putting forward, but weren't getting any fruit. So we were investing energetically, externally, trying to build some form of, commitment, officialness, stability, trying to build the value. It's like we don't got to build value. Value just comes to us. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, allow yourself to be led. Okay, allow yourself to be led. Notice when you're in this 5 cups energy, because to be in 5 cups is a state of energy that you don't need to sit in and vibrate on, because you're going to bring more of that lower vibe sort of energy towards you, because this is like looking back in sadness and what's not working, and it's more of a backwards reflection rather than a forward movement. And so Spirit's saying, allow yourself to move forward here. Whatever confusion is going on in your world, because I feel like the 7 cups is the opposite of this ring energy I was getting. It's like confusion, nothing certain, it's all unclear. I'm dealing maybe with someone that's, indecisive in some capacity. But Spirit's saying that's because you need to choose. You need to get decisive. You're just being mirrored back to you, a state of consciousness you're in. And so you're not emotionally happy here because of what's going on. But so then take a look at your own lies to self. And your own lie to self is that out there and that a situation is going to fulfill you with the 9 cups. It's like, no, you were going to go after your own 9 cups by identifying where you are in a 9 cups right now in reverse. Okay, that's the conflict you're experiencing. That's the thing you need to accept. Accept where you're in a 5 cups and a 9 cups in reverse. Because your situation is reflecting this right now to you. And the only way out is to sit with the truth, not lie to self, and then move towards getting clear, getting out of confusion, getting more enlightened from how you engage with innocent eyes. Okay, more of a clear acceptance of truth rather than refusing to see it or fighting or resisting. You don't want to accept some form of clarity or truth because it would mean something in your mind, but it's all an illusion. Okay, I feel like there might be you shifting through an acceptance of some form of truth that you weren't wanting to see in order for things to shift, in order for things to be pulled towards you. And it's scary because that would mean surrendering and acknowledging where we're at 7 swords and doing things differently internally. Okay, so your sacred vision is actually seeing the results of pulling away and coming together. What does that mean? Separation consciousness, unity consciousness. Resisting, fighting, trying to upkeep, allowing to be, accepting what is. Gratitude, forgiveness. That's the attraction energy we're working with inside to shift our reality. So Spirit, what does pile 3 need to know then about this sacred vision? 7 cups. You need to choose wisely. Okay, maybe a lot of confusion or something that isn't solidified in any way. It's sort of like pie in the sky energy. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Need to do the work. A lack of commitment. Okay, 4 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Fool, Aquarius energy. We have no baggage, new beginning. It says seed here. And then we have the Hangman, Pisces with vision, seeing things differently from a more enlightened perspective. A pause, a suspension in time so we can rise above and see things differently. And we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And then we have the 8 of Swords. After that, we have the 10 Cups. It's under that. 10 Pipes in reverse. So 10 Wands. We can't know more down the path we're going. It's going to snap. I feel like the sacred vision of what we have here and what this full moon brings is a roadblock where we can't go down the same mindset we had. The 10s are all about something coming to an end. Okay, it's a transformation. You guys had the Death card, which is a massive transformation in how we see things. I feel like our mindset has limited us so much and it kept us stuck in what we believed was a limiting, or whatever we believed was limiting our circumstance and our situation, wasn't allowing there to be progress, and it became so heavy. And what we wanted was this beautiful outcome of a 10 cups. And Spirit says that the universe is all abundant. The 10 cups always exists. The only time we're not seeing the 10 cups is when we limit it with our own thoughts and our own mind. And so I feel like your mind, your limiting thoughts, your understanding of something was keeping this 10 cups out of reach. And the full moon sacred vision is dismantling this heaviness that we can't carry anymore in order for there to be the truth revealed here to you. So whatever was cloudy and uncertain and definitely emotionally unfulfilling, okay, becomes something that we're able to see from a different perspective and understand that it's all about how we engage, coming in with this childlike wonder, with this new enlightened approach, and trusting that the divine is going to lead us to a 10 cups. Maybe we don't feel it at the moment, but we're not coming with all our baggage of limitation. And so I feel like we might not see our situation as committed or something we could commit to or be dedicated to, or something we've given up on or created this like sort of, I feel there's like throwing in the towel energy because it wasn't emotionally fulfilling in some way. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, is it emotionally fulfilling, or were we stuck in a perpetual emotionally unfulfilling situation just to grab onto some form of control or understanding that we had because of this 8 swords? So the 8 swords kept me in an emotionally unsatisfying situation because I was adamant that I knew, but all it was doing was keeping something sort of stuck. And now this sacred vision is I can see things differently. I can engage differently in my situation. I don't come with this limiting mind. I'm coming anew, accepting what is, because what I really want is this 10 cups. I don't want to be right in my limiting thought or what I thought it needed to be. It's like, I just want 10 cups, and so there's this like falling away of, I don't know, like your resistance or your hanging on or your way of thinking something needed to unfold. Because I think you had a set way or understanding what you thought the 10 cups would unfold in your world. Okay, the 10 cups meaning this happily ever after, this formal, committed, solid thing that's brought a lot of sadness. And like I said, it could certainly be in a relationship here, but it wasn't bearing any fruit. And it's like, if you want to bear fruit, we got to do the hangman approach. Just sit with the divine, see things completely from a new perspective. And this new perspective is like the Fool, trusting and abandoning everything else in the past to leave it in the past in order to come in with new energy. And so there might still be a lot of anticipation here, but we're learning to trust this. So Spirit, what does pile 3 then need to know about this energy? What more do they need to know? 2 swords. So sitting at the crossroads, one of them creates the peace here. And I think that's what you wanted with the lilies. Like I said, it was finding peace in a situation. Power Lodge of the Pipes. So the Lodge is the Queen, and the Pipes is the Wands. The Queen of Wands knows her value, and she magnetizes towards her. She manifests towards her. She doesn't fight and get off her chair and try to make things happen in that way. She just brings it upon through the law of attraction, through her energy field here. Okay, this is being shown our value, our appreciation. And like I said, you were feeling unappreciated or not valued. Yeah, look at that. 2 swords in reverse. And we have the Hierophant. There's that formal commitment. Taurus energy. 9 of Cups in reverse. And finally, why is this 2 swords in reverse? 5 Pentacles. And again, the Death card. And the Magician under that. With Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio. And Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus. Okay. The Harvest Lodge of Stones. This is the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, so beautiful angel. I think because you thought that your intention of wanting what you want is enough, but then you're applying your own twisted way of how you humanly deal with situations based on past experiences, which are creating all sorts of 8 swords. Okay, I'll say that again. However you were engaged in a situation that was disappointing, you've been engaged like this for some time, thinking that's how you have to engage. This is a whole new template you have to apply to your situation. Because what's most important to you? Most important, I feel, you're telling me, is being valued, manifesting what you want, to be appreciated, to bring towards you what you want. Okay, you're a beautiful Queen of Wands here, full of passion, but you don't need to chase and submit and resist and fight and upkeep anything at all. If it's heavy, don't carry it. Okay, allow things to be, but you have to get your energy aligned, because I feel like what you want is commitment and something they can depend on and build and create, but you need to become your own independent energy, confident energy, stand on your own energy, regardless of what's going on. Okay, but I feel like we need to surrender and release any sort of manipulative energies. Okay, and when I say manipulative, it doesn't mean you had bad intention. It just means you're trying to manipulate situations with your own understanding. And so it wasn't manifesting for you what you wanted. So you felt like you were lacking the person or lacking the thing, or it wasn't happening, or you couldn't manifest. It's like, no, not in the energy you were. No, you couldn't. All you kept manifesting was same sort of things. And I feel like it wasn't what you wanted. Okay, so now your vision here, what you're being blessed with is this transformation. You're seeing the light finally. It's rising up, which would require you to transform yourself into a different energy, an energy of a Queen of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles that's at its full capacity, that's not getting off its throne, that isn't trying to inject its way with whatever you normally do to get things to come together. You don't have to do this. Okay, so if you have situations here that are sort of in a crossroads or sitting, in two worlds, you'll find peace here. The peace is found once you find your own sort of groundedness, once you get rooted. The commitment will come once your understanding will comes online, okay? Because I feel like you need to value yourself if you want others to value you. You need to have a firm understanding of what you want to commit to in your world. You have to devote yourself to this Hierophant energy, what you want to give to, commit to, what feels right for you. That's all that matters. Then everything else comes aligned. But I feel like we've been giving too much to emotionally unsatisfying situations and not getting what we want. And we've been more focused on trying to force the will of the way. And Spirit says, let it go. Okay, that isn't, if it's not coming, it's not a choice for you to be had. You can't get in there to choose something here if there is no choice to be had in that matter. Okay, and I feel like there is no choice to be had, because what's for you is meant for you and will come to you. And so you will get appreciated, and you will be in an energy here of attaining emotional fulfillment officially here. Okay, that will allow you to pull in this version of yourself rather than trying to upkeep it. And I feel like your sacred vision is knowing that when I'm out in the cold, when I'm in lack mindset, it doesn't emotionally fulfill me, period. And how long are we going to stay here? We no longer want to stay here. So we're just going to focus on what it is that we want. That's what's going to allow this transformation to happen and things to shift. We have to release what we don't want. Okay, because I feel like you're really sitting in a 5 Pentacles and a 9 of Cups reverse for some time in a situation that no longer, with the 10 of Wands in reverse, is going to do it for you. And it's saying like you didn't have the right energy to land or to aim towards the thing. The choice wasn't there in that energy. So just allow your vibe and your energy to output whatever it needs to in order for this to become a reality. Okay, like the choice is yours with this 2 Wands to have this peace. You can either choose the wand of the thing that you've always done, emotionally unhappy, sitting out in the cold, separation consciousness, or the other wand. And the other wand is magnetize towards me, know my own value, get sort of reliant on my own energy. Like that's the thing I'm going to commit to. That's my understanding. Okay, so be very dedicated here towards your own transformation rather than externally seeking, validating, chasing, or coercing, or trying to manipulate. So I feel there's a lot of trying to manipulate situations rather than accepting where they're at. So final words. Pile 3's final words here, Spirit. What are they needing to know that's going to help Pile 3? Any questions they might still have? Thank you so much, Spirits, for this message for pile number 3. The 3 of Swords. So that's separation from something or someone we love that creates suffering. The world, the end of this separation consciousness, the pain. And look, 9 Pentacles, independent, confident, building the world I know, bearing fruit now with this 9 Pentacles. And this is the card of confidence. I know what I'm worth. I created this garden and I know each plant and each thing that's going to produce because I've built it. It's my garden. Okay, it's a beautiful, independent, confident energy here. That's what we're shifting away from: pain, suffering, what didn't work, separation consciousness. That's what's coming to an end. Look at that, Emperor, command. So Emperor, what is this? This is divine masculine energy coming into our own power of order. Okay, but I feel like your whole spread was showing like a Queen of Wands, you know, magnetizing towards her, a Queen of Pentacles, which is very much this 9 Pentacles energy. Once you do this, I feel like you're going to bring towards you, with this card here, an Emperor. Okay, someone who can take action, someone who can, you know, value you or show commitment here, someone who is confident in their ability to bring order, structure, or roots to something here. That's how it comes. That's how the structure comes. Okay, but it didn't come in the other way that you were doing. And this is Aries energy. This is command. So I feel like there's a sense of empowerment that comes through very strong in a situation that was not grounded, not stable, that turns, okay, that comes to an end of suffering and separation consciousness so that we can have a game plan here to create cohesion. Yeah, Fool, by trusting the universe, by leaving the past in the past. The past doesn't exist anymore. The only thing that exists is this right here, right now. Okay. And so when we're right here, right now, nothing matters except for current situation. And we plant the seed in order for there to be bearing fruit. And we got to take command of our own action. We got to take command of our own energy. Okay, but there's not a doerness that you have to do in your situation in order to make it happen. You just have to be empowered to trust the divine, to surrender, to be led, and to be, you know, not resist. And like the universe is guiding you here. Look, she's barefoot, she's trusting, and she's planting the seed for the future. And they're sowing the seeds here. So, yeah, I feel like this is the shift, beautiful angels, coming out of this 3 Swords, separation consciousness, putting that behind you so you can start to plant. Okay, beautiful angels, pile number 3. This is your message. And I almost forgot. Let's pull something from this book here that's going to give you some insights. And look at that. It's on the cover. So it says, one way to open your eyes is to ask yourself, what if I had never seen this before? What if I knew I would never see it again? So nothing to do with the past, seeing every situation as it is in the present moment. And it says, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. This is October 25th. Interesting, that might be an important date. So what is that? Getting grounded. Getting grounded. And really, really sort of connecting to what is in the present moment. Kissing the ground with your feet. What's here right now is what matters. Look, she's barefoot too. Kissing the ground with your feet. It might be important for you to get grounded. Like, this might be a metaphor, but if you do have the blessing to be able to put your feet on grass or earth, do that. Okay, I'm in the wintertime here, so I'm incapable of doing that. You might too, but something about really grounding yourself there on earth that's going to, you know, help you energetically feed from the Gaia energy. But I feel like this is you being in the right here, right now, not pulling in past ways of understanding and being and trying to manipulate with other sort of ways. It's like in the heart space, in this beautiful energy. Okay, that's when you start to see the light. That's when you start to get empowered in your situation. And look, even this Emperor is like solid sitting here. Like, empowerment doesn't mean you have to take action. Empowerment could just mean I'm in the energy of making shit happen just by being in my power. You know? So, beautiful angels, that's your reading, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.